Good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing? Welcome to the Trust Coffee Klatch. I'm Gloria Galvan, and this is...
I'm David Galvan.
And we are here. I want to introduce myself. My name, again, is Gloria Galvan. I'm from Houston, Texas. I currently live here in Rosenberg, Texas. And my husband and I have decided to... we're excited actually about this, but we've decided to have everyone join us on our coffee adventures. We were inspired by my daughter, as well as many of our family and friends. We would go out every weekend and try different coffee shops, different in different areas, any city, any state that we went to. We made it a point to take the time to go out and visit different local coffee shops. And we've had many family and friends that are interested in joining us, that are interested in what we do, why we go. We love the stories behind all the different coffee shops. It's very interesting to us, especially stories that help out all the young generations that don't have anyone to help them succeed or grow. And so it's something that we look forward to do. And we just decided, hey, why not take everyone else on the journey along with us? And of course, not only that, then we also love the different coffees that we taste, the stories behind the coffees, the flavors, where the beans are coming from. So the story behind, the coffee, the shops, the people is just something that we love, that we're interested in. And so that's why we decided to do this.
That's right. Well said. My name is David Galvan. I am the co-host of t.r.u.s.t.coffee.klatch. And I think we mentioned this before, and people have asked this, and I'll let you guys know in a minute once I let you guys know a little bit about me. I'm from Stafford, Texas. We now reside in the great city of Rosenberg. We've gone to, like my wife explained, we've gone to many coffee shops. I enjoy the whole process behind coffee. People are probably thinking, hey, what does he mean by process of coffee? I think it's, for me, it's not just the cup of coffee, because there's a lot of stories behind just sitting down and having a cup of coffee or meeting people at coffee shops. I think we talked the other day, we probably tasted around 300 different coffees.
At least, yeah.
And, I mentioned to my wife earlier, we are not, by far, we're not coffee experts. We're not coffee gurus. We're not coffee, we weren't born on a coffee farm. None of that. We're not second generation coffee growers. None of that. We just love coffee. I love the whole thing about it. I enjoy the settings in a lot of coffee shops. I enjoy meeting different people, coffee owners, coffee lovers, even people that don't like coffee, So we decided to do this, share it with everybody, share our thoughts. One thing we will not do is tell you, hey, we tried this coffee and it sucks. Like, I'm never going to do that. I think here in this platform, everything's going to stay positive, and zero negativity. So just to back it up a little bit, I am not a big social media guy. I am almost anti-social media. So a couple of years back, you would never, ever, ever see me on a social media platform behind a video camera. I shied away from video pictures and things like that. I did not want anything to do with it. But now I think I'm in a position to where, yeah, I think we can do it under one circumstance. Zero negativity. I don't want no negativity on any platform that I'm on. So if you got some negativity behind you and you want to share it, please do not share it with me, because I am not about it. I think we should stay positive and influence people to be positive on a daily basis, every day, no matter what the circumstances are. But yeah, so let me talk a little bit about the process. I know I can go on and talk, but we'll take it back. So for me and my experience, I think, the process of my wife and I. So back, I guess a couple months ago, maybe years ago, I don't know. We started going out, on a Friday. We go out and we'll hunt down a coffee shop and say, hey, we're gonna go try this coffee on Friday or Saturday, whatever day it may be. But throughout that, I think her and I learn each other. Like, it's not just a conversation. It's not just coffee. We get a chance to get away from the kids, get away from the house, just kind of have open conversation. And I think that's something that we needed. And it's only going to get better, right? So I enjoy those just one-on-ones. And those one-on-ones, we get them behind a cup of coffee. I'll take it back a little bit. My wife's holding her cup. You want to hold your cup up?
Yep.
That cup has a story, has a meaning behind it. And I'll let her share it with you. I'll share mine real quick, and I'll pass it on to her. But today, just for this video or this live that we're doing, right? I brewed up some coffee. Today's coffee is what? Chiapas, right?
Chiapas.
It's Cafe Ole. Shout out to HEB. Cafe Ole Chiapas. And I decided to make my own creamer. I made cinnamon roll creamer. Yeah, 5 ingredients. And I won't share with you what they are because I might market this stuff.
It's good too, y'all.
Yeah, so let's take a sip. See
yeah, it's really good.
That's where it's at, y'all.
Chiapas and cinnamon roll coffee creamer, y'all.
Yeah, that's where it's at.
It's good. Really good.
I'll share the story behind my cup, and I'll let her share hers. So this cup, many of you might say, oh, his cup is ugly. Why, out of all the nice cups you can have, you're going to have that one. But there's a great story behind that cup. So years ago, we would go to my wife's grandma's house, and she's going to be with the Lord or what have you. But her and I had a really, I guess we did end up having a really great relationship. But anyhow, we would go to her house, and she would offer us something to drink. She would make outstanding coffee. She had some coffee that I don't know what brand it was.
It was Nescafe instant coffee.
But
Nothing
man,
fancy.
She jazzed that up like you wouldn't believe. But anyhow, she would serve it to me in a cup, right? In a coffee mug or what have you. But up above in one of her cupboards, she had a pack of 4 big coffee mugs, right? This was one of the 4. And I would jokingly tell her, hey, I don't want my coffee in that. I want my coffee in that, and those mugs up there. And she would, kindly, I say kindly, she would kindly tell me that I was crazy, right? That I wasn't going to get that cup, that I better just enjoy the coffee that she served me in this cup. So every time I went over there, I would bug her about the cup, And she told me the story, they were a gift from somebody. She was, she was saving them. Yeah, which was cool, but I would bug her all the time about those cups. Well, then she passed away, and I ended up with one of these cups. So this cup has a sentimental value, a lot of value to me. So every day for the past, I don't know, how many years have I?
Since she's passed away.
Yeah.
And that's like, Arian is 11, so going 12 years.
Yeah, so 12 years. This is my coffee cup every day.
Y'all, I don't even like to wash his cup because I'm afraid if I drop it.
You want to fight? Touch my cup. Yeah, so that's my story, and I'll let my wife share her story about her cup.
So this mug came from actually a coffee shop. It's called Bella Boutique, and this it's out of Port Aransas. Bella Boutique.
Rockport, Texas.
Rockport, Texas. Port Aransas. We go to
I guess they're right next.
Yeah, they're right next to each other. And so it means a lot to me because of the scripture that it has on it. It's Joshua 1:9. Be strong and courageous. I do have that tattooed. That I recently got that tattooed on me. As I started my spiritual journey and having a relationship with God, Joshua 1:9 spoke to me so much in probably the second hardest year of my life, or years of my life. And so I've never seen a coffee mug that had a scripture that spoke to me and that holds a very special place in my heart. And so when I seen this, y'all, I like to stay on the cheap side. I look at prices, all the things, right? But it didn't matter. I paid $30 for this cup, and I was like, it doesn't even matter.
She paid $30 for it, and she walked out shaking. Like, so.
No, I did not. I was happy because I've never seen this. So this cup, I drink from it every single day. I mean, this is just it's a cup that means a lot to me because it has what I have tattooed on me. It's something that holds a special place to my heart. So that's why we have a lot of different mugs, but we stick to the same ones all the time.
That's right. And that's what I talk about, the process, right? And you think it's just a cup of coffee or whatever. Yeah, it is just a cup of coffee to some people, but to us, it's something that we love to do. There's a story behind everything. And then we create a lot of new stories behind it. We meet a lot of great people through coffee, so we really enjoy it. Really do enjoy it.
And I think the intentionality that we've learned along this journey as well is being intentional about the things that we do, where we go, places we go, the time that we take. I know many times when we would go, or when we do go to have coffee, our phones are put away. We make sure that there's no distractions. We're not looking at our watches. We're not looking at our phones. Everything is put away, and we're taking the time for one another, and we give each other at least an hour to an hour and a half of just us. There's no interruptions. The kids know that's what we're doing. That's where we're going. That's our date. And it's just important. It's important to take that intentional time. But now we're going to take y'all alongside with us as we go to the different shops and try things out.
So I just want to add a little bit to that. So my kids tend to tell me, oh, Dad, Mom, y'all do old people stuff. That is completely false. This is not old people stuff. I'm not old. I'm a youngster. But let me tell you what my kids do often. They did it today. Dad, can we get Dutch roast? Almost every day. So for those of you who don't know us, we'll try. We've got 29 bags of coffee right now because we drink a different cup of coffee, a different flavor, a different what have you. Every day we'll drink a different one. I've got 29 bags right now. But one of our go-to, I guess, mainstream coffees, you go out and pick one up, is going to be Dutch Bros. And my kids are addicted to it. So if there's any classes out there for coffee, addiction or addiction to Dutch Bros coffee, let me know so I can send my kids out there to get some help.
Hey, so let's talk about Klatch. How do we come up with Klatch?
So a lot of people have been asking us.
Yeah, well.
Been asking us, how did you come up with this Trust Coffee Klatch? So it came out through a conversation behind some coffee. We've asked a bunch of people. We kind of had the idea. We tossed it around. We had some input from other people, from the kids, from my brother-in-law, from just different people. So trust, I think I've said it before, but trust is what, babe?
The richest, uniquely satisfying taste.
The richest, uniquely satisfying taste. That's how we describe coffee. Oh, what happened? We got a bug on the screen?
Oh, no, yeah, they're just commenting. They need to sponsor y'all.
Oh, yeah. If you want to sponsor me, I'm all about it. Let me know. Send me a message, and then we'll talk about it.
So, Klatch.
So trust, we just explained trust, but Klatch. A lot of people have asked us, what does Klatch mean? So Klatch is just a gathering. We're a gathering where people come and talk, and it's often behind a cup of coffee.
Exactly what we're doing here.
Exactly what we're doing.
Is Klatch.
So if y'all don't know it, you guys are Klatchers. Yeah.
Because y'all all joined us.
Yeah, that's right. So Trust Coffee Klatch. All we're going to do is we're going to sit down. We're going to enjoy a cup of coffee, talk about a whole lot of nothing or a whole lot of what's going on during the week. Maybe put some smiles on people's faces,
That's the goal.
Right. And even today, we were at church. We had a gentleman at church who had sent you a message, right? Mm-hmm. And he's like, hey, we got to get together. I'm also a coffee lover. And, let's get together and have coffee. Love it. All day long. All day long. Well, yeah. And I think we're going to get, out of this, we'll get probably a bunch more people that are going to say, hey, I want want to have some coffee with you.
Yeah, and we're down. We're down. We're ready for it. Y'all have any places y'all want to recommend? Any coffees y'all are scared to try and say, hey, will y'all try it? Yeah, we'll try it.
Oh,
we're willing to try any coffee.
Absolutely.
We love the different, the different kinds of coffee, different flavors. We just got one in San Antonio at a coffee shop. It's called the local coffee shop, right?
Right.
That one, it was pretty adventurous. It was, what is it? Honeydew, banana, honeydew, banana. There was 4 different flavors. Honeydew, banana.
I'm not sure, but it was a ton of fruits.
Yes.
And it does have the fruit flavor.
The fruity flavor.
It is. It was really, really good.
It's the smell. When you smell the coffee, it's hard to describe what you smell. But it's so crazy because when you taste it, it tastes exactly how you smell it. It's just so weird. It's very, but it was good. It was a good coffee. So we're willing to try any coffee. So if y'all have recommendations, let us know.
Hey,
We're willing
quick,
to try it.
My daughter's sending us a message saying that people are asking, what's our favorite coffee? So I'll answer that one and I'll let you answer. I'll answer what's our favorite coffee at home. And then you can answer what's our favorite. I'll give you the harder question. How about that?
Oh, well, great.
So the go-to coffee at home. The go-to coffee is going to be Cafe au lait from H-E-B. If you haven't tried it, put your shoes on, jump in the car, go to your local H-E-B, go down the coffee aisle and just buy about 6 or 7 bags. You're going to love all of them. That's been our go-to for a while. It's just like a good, I don't even know how to describe it. It's a good, I don't want to call it basic. It's just my go-to. They have a ton of flavors, and I don't think I found one that's not good.
Yeah, and the one you forgot to mention this.
Yeah, you got to mention that one.
Christmas in a cup, y'all. It like leaves the shelf so fast, and I don't like the coffee, the Keurig, the pods, because we drink so much, it's not enough. So we prefer the bags. But when we see it, we probably buy 5 to 10 bags, because the next time we end up at the store, we made that mistake one time, and we couldn't find any more, and we were like searching. We went to like multiple HEBs.
You cried, right, when we couldn't find it?
Almost. Y'all, I was like, I told you that we should have got more bags.
Hey, coffee starts arguments too.
Yes.
You gotta believe that. We'll start argument.
This, like the last 2 years, now we're like 5 to 10 bags, and it's, at least we have it all year long because it is seasonal, so it doesn't come out, like it comes out probably in the end of October, and like mid-November, you can't find it no more.
Right.
So that is one of our favorites. So our favorite coffee shop, I don't know. I would probably say Joseph's. Joseph's, I mean, that's one coffee shop that we go to multiple shops all around, but Joseph's here in Richmond, downtown Richmond, right? That one we have continuously gone to over and over and over again. The coffee is good. The seasonal menu is amazing. The service is amazing. There's definitely a lot of klatch going on in there, because you have a lot of people that go in there. They just hang out. They're talking, and it is, if you go, we would go every Friday, and it's the same people that are in there. So it's really, really nice, and the coffee is amazing in there. It's really, really good.
Yeah. So I just wanted to take it back a little bit. So I'll share all my coffee with anybody who wants to have coffee with me, but I'm not sharing my Christmas in a cup. So let's go ahead and set that. Let that be known right now.
You can have the pods all day long.
Right. And we got another question real quick. So somebody asked, have we ever tried olive oil coffee from Starbucks? No. But thank you for letting me know it exists, because I am going to try it. I will try it.
We don't really do Starbucks, actually. We do.
Hey.
Not downing Starbucks at all. But because we go to a lot of locals, we have found that the local has more coffee flavor than a Starbucks coffee. So the Starbucks seems to be more sweeter, or like more sugar. And we actually like the coffee, the flavor of the coffee itself. But we're not opposed to it, so it may be something that we'll like.
And
we'll definitely try it.
Go back to the process a little bit. So for me, I walk into a Starbucks, and again, I'm not knocking Starbucks, but they're always busy. You kind of got the same vibe in most of the Starbucks. Everybody's kind of quiet, stuck behind a iPad or a laptop, which is cool. That's what they go to do. I don't own an iPad. I don't go walk in there with my laptop. I want somebody to greet me when I walk up to the counter. Hey, how's it going? Talk about the weather, a whole lot of nothing. And what I found that at Starbucks is kind of, hey, just get straight to the point. Don't you know there's 18 people behind you? Quit asking me these questions.
You're a number, and not a customer.
Yeah, so like I go to Dutch Bros, and it's just totally different, right? You got most of the time it's some young kids out there, that'll greet you, that are happy. They'll talk about
how was your day?
Yeah,
where are you going today?
Where are you going?
Or where are you on your way to where? Or
right. And I love that. I love those conversations. I love that feel, that happiness. So I mean, not downing Starbucks or anything like that, but hey, Dutch Bros, their vibe is just different,
And again, at the beginning we did state that what we enjoyed about it were the stories behind, wherever we go. And so there is no story at Starbucks. There is no conversation. It's just like an in and out type of thing. And so maybe that could be why we don't go there too much. Not necessarily the drink itself. It's just that we like to take it. We're intentional about our coffee time.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
That's just something that we enjoy, and there's no stories.
Yeah, and we do try the seasonal stuff at Starbucks.
Oh yeah,
so
for sure.
We'll try it.
We definitely will. We'll let y'all know.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be
olive oil.
Olive oil coffee. We'll have to write that down.
Yeah, we'll write it down.
We'll write it down to make sure, and then we'll bring back that review. We'll taste it with y'all wherever, whether it's there, we bring it back or whatever. We'll make sure that we taste it, and we'll see.
Yeah, yeah. Goes. So I'm gonna ask you a question. So and just to let you guys know what I just learned. Let me take it back a little bit. So we were supposed to do this video last week, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so last week we were supposed to do this video in San Antonio, Texas. For those of you who don't know, there is a coffee festival in San Antonio, Texas, in Travis Park. Every year, we've been going for a couple years now. Super awesome. A lot of local roasters. I would imagine there's about 25 different roasters.
Very least.
They got, of course, the pan dulce and some of the breakfast items you can, you can try and things like that. Bunch of vendors. They got some goodies too, but what happened was they had bad weather, so they rescheduled it. So we did throw a video out there, but it wasn't the video that we wanted to kind of formally introduce ourselves, talk about what coffees, talk about the backstory on why we're doing this or what have you. But I'm gonna leave it like that. So I'm gonna ask you this: why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? And what do you expect to get out of this?
So, I mean, we're doing this to share our experiences along with, everyone, because of the questions that we've been asked, because of really the inspiration. I mean, when we tell someone this, then they go out and they're like, hey, we want to try that. And then they're out at a coffee shop, or they call and say, hey, we're going to go to this coffee shop, or they're sending us coffee shops to go to. So because of that, and I want to inspire others to take that time with one another, whether it's with another couple. I would recommend, not always with another couple, you take the time with each other. A lot of times we get so involved in our day-to-day with kids. We get busy, and so we don't take that time with one another. Even though you say, well, we talk at night, or we we go out with friends, but it's important to take the time with one another. And so what we have found helpful for us is to take that time, and we go out, we take the time to talk about our upcoming week, about our prior week, about, you know, our kids, about our goals, about and I just, what I would like is to inspire others to be able to do that as well, and to motivate others to say, hey, let's pause, let's stop a little bit, let's be still, and let's talk. Let's enjoy each other. It's something that you can find enjoyment out of, and be able to you know, motivate someone else to do the same thing, because it's been helpful for us.
Absolutely, yeah. So, what do I want to get out of it? Absolutely nothing. I just want more coffee. No, but really, so like, I'll take it back again. You know, I talk about the process, right? I just want to have fun with it. Like I said, I am not a social media guy. But by far, I'm not shy to say anything or you know, speak behind a camera or nothing like that. But all I want to do is, hey, you got some coffee you want to share with me? I'll share my coffee with you. Just like, you know, whoever it was that threw out the suggestion about the olive oil
coffee.
Perfect. That's what I want. I want that interaction, and maybe we can go try it together. I don't know. But at the end of the day, what I like to get out of it is, hey, motivate people to go out there and you know, try different coffees. You know, we go to different cities, we meet different people, and it's always a ton of fun, always lots of fun. And I think we'll be able to continue to do that for years to come, right? And I think out of this video, I guarantee you we're going to collaborate with a whole lot, you know, more people, you know. So I'm loving it. So far I'm loving it. I don't know if you guys can see on the video, but we got our first, I'm gonna call them prototypes, right? Our first prototype Coffee.klatch shirts. And I think it's something that we're gonna try to you know, put up for sale as soon as we get our logos together. You know, that way we have a few. What I found out for you men out there, because I've been looking for you men out there, there's a ton of stuff for women as far as coffee lovers, right? But there, you know, for men it's scarce. Like, I don't want to wear a cheetah print shirt that says I love coffee and yoga, or you know, coffee and
cheetah, what is it? Coffee, leopard,
yeah,
I don't know, leggings day or something.
I'm not gonna wear that. Like, I can't do it. But something like this, I wear it all day long, you know. So we're gonna come up with a couple of logos. We'll have some merch out there for people who want to purchase it. And I'm not trying to, and I'll tell you this, I'm not putting out there because I want to make $1. I don't want none of that. I just want to make a difference. So if you're inspired by my shirt and you like it, you might have one pretty soon.
Yeah. So look, Bree has something.
Oh, so my daughter, I'm sorry, I'm reading it over there. So she's got some notes for me, and I'll throw that question to you guys. She's asking me, what does espresso mean?
Anybody know?
I think I know, but I'm gonna let you guys answer. I know what it is. No, I really don't, but
he makes it sound real good, right?
Yeah, but I'll tell you my version of it. What espresso means. Espresso starts off with the base word of express, right? And express means hurry your behind up, right? And this espresso in a cup makes you hurry your behind up. I don't know what it means. What does it mean?
What does espresso mean? Anybody have an answer? What does espresso mean? Let's see. Or y'all can tell me. I can't read it that far.
So I got the answers right here, I think, right? Does it mean speed it up? Does it mean go to? Does it mean forced out? Or does it mean black and intense? What is the answer?
What does espresso mean? It's the type of beans that are used. Okay. That is the type of bean.
I'll
But
take
what does
it.
it mean?
I'll take it.
Okay, but y'all are saying espresso. How do you spell it though?
It's espresso.
There's no X though.
Espresso.
You're like express.
Espresso.
See, I'm telling you. Hey, you guys don't laugh.
Espresso.
Espresso. Oh, I just got corrected again for my kids. It's espresso. Excuse me.
Yes,
Espresso.
excuse you.
All right, espresso.
Espresso.
Still has the same definition. Take the X out. Espresso. Man, I feel weird saying that.
Espresso.
Anyway, it means forced out, right? Force the X out. Espresso.
Force the X out. Oh my gosh. I don't know, but it wakes me up every morning. Yep, exactly.
That's
English
exactly
was
what it does.
Lito, English was his second language.
Yeah, that's true. English was my second language. I'll tell you
That's
guys what, I
funny.
say this joke all the time, but the 3rd grade, best 4 years of my life.
Who drinks espresso? Hey, we like espresso in our chai tea.
We do.
Y'all, it's
Dirty
good.
chai, yeah.
Dirty chai is so good. Has anybody tried dirty chai, espresso, in their chai tea?
So I'm gonna let them in on a little secret too. So you might think that we have these fancy schmancy gadgets that we make our coffee in, and you know
Nope.
it takes us 30 minutes to prep them, and we run down to Honduras and get our beans and things like that. No, that's not the way it works. We go to sometimes we'll go to we don't even mind convenience store coffee. And some convenience stores got awesome coffee.
Yeah.
But we got a regular drip coffee, right? We don't have anything fancy. We do not own an espresso machine, which we soon are going to invest in
Yes.
one. And I'm going to tell you why. Because my neighbor has one, and he got us hooked.
Yes, we went over there, what was it, last week? No, the weekend before. And we're like, oh, okay, yeah, we definitely are going to get one. Because it was so good, y'all. It was really, really good.
Yeah, so if you got one that you want to share with me, that you got a hand-me-down espresso machine, I'll take it.
It was good, yeah.
So we got another question, and I think we'll wrap it up.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah. So it says 40% of the world's coffee is produced by who? Where? How about where? Yeah. So is it A, Africa, B, Brazil, C, Colombia, D, Southeast Asia, or E, Rosenberg, Texas?
All right, the question again. 40% of the world's coffee is produced by which one of those options? Yes, Ceci. Rafe has one. We definitely have to try it. All right. Flora says Colombia. Joseph says Colombia.
Colombia, is that correct? Colombia?
It's not. It's Brazil.
Ooh,
Brazil.
It's Brazil.
Brazil. There is a lot of coffee that comes from Colombia, but we have actually, I think, a Brazilian coffee
Where?
in
Brazil?
no out of our 29 bags that we have.
Oh.
I think it's the brown one. It's a brown bag. I
So
forget
just
the
a
name
little
of it.
secret, I never look at where they're from.
I do.
Hey, but you know what? I don't mean to interrupt you.
And the farms, like it's important to know that they have different farms that they come out of. Like the one that we got was a Martinez family farm.
Right.
That we just got from the hotel, the Pearl
Or Hotel Emma.
Hotel Emma, and that one, and they had 3 different bags, and then each bag was from a different farm.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
it's really neat to know.
So some of the bags actually have a nice story on the bag.
Yes.
So I do read that.
Yep. And they also, some of them, they have a story, but then they also have like a foundation that part of their money goes to.
Right.
Whether it could be like a kid's foundation, a woman's foundation for like women, like battered women, or
Right.
Different thing. That also inspires us to buy, different coffees Sometimes it's just like, hey, we've never tried it. It's also a good cause. You know, let's just do it. And then we buy it and try it. And sometimes we're hooked. And sometimes we're like, hey, we'll run into it again and we'll get it again. But that's also something that does inspire us to buy a different flavored coffee as well. So we will be, I don't know how often we'll be making our videos besides the videos that we'll make trying different coffees with you guys. I guess time will tell how often we'll get on. I don't know. We've been thinking about like maybe every Sunday evening. We've also thought about like in the morning. We don't really know. This is all new to us. We're just kind of going with the flow. And we're trying to keep it as real as possible. We want y'all to have the experience that we have. You know, so we're working on even like when we go to different coffee shops, we don't know we should record, you know, while we're trying or actually do a live. I don't know. If y'all have input, we're welcome to you know, any input, but it's all new to us. We want to keep it as natural as possible, as fun as possible, you know, inspiring, motivating. We just want it as positive and natural as possible that we can.
So I think, like I said, I'm not a social media guy or whatever, but I think we're going to try a bunch of platforms, see which one works. I think eventually we'll have a set time for at least one. That way it'll allow you guys to get your coffee together and know, hey, at 9 o'clock or whatever time it's going to be, we're going to sit down and have coffee with David and Gloria. You know, I'm in Hawaii, but they're in Rosenberg. We're still going to have coffee together.
Right.
And talk about what coffee we're having. So we're going to try it out, see how it goes.
Yeah. And maybe we can even think about, like, getting like when we well, besides that, but the new coffee, like, you know, when we have a new coffee bag, we can try it out with them on a Sunday.
Yeah.
And then they can have their coffee and...
Yeah, and feel free to send me whatever coffee that you want me to try. I'll try it right here on
y'all
right
give
here
us
live.
Yeah, we have one. That's the olive oil, Starbucks olive oil one.
Yeah, so give me a couple of days and I'll have that one knocked out.
Yeah, we'll do that. So we'll definitely try that one out. But if y'all have anyone in particular, let us know. Let's see. Decaf. Oh, girl. Decaf.
Who put in decaf?
Ceci.
Decaf?
Decaf. Oh, no.
So decaf, let's talk about decaf before we shut this down. So,
we just talked about that too the other day.
So what does decaf mean to me, right? I'm not anti-decaf. I'm not knocking people. If you love your decaf, you go for it. You go with your decaf self. But to me, decaf is like, let me see, how do I explain it nicely? Decaf is like, it's like I'm going to go to IHOP and I'm not going to eat no pancakes.
Waffle House, no waffles.
Yeah, Waffle House, no waffles. You know, that's what it means to me. It's not bad. It just said,
Well, I did drink decaf. I drank decaf.
Stop. It's over with.
I did, but I drank decaf when I was pregnant with each of the kids.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Just because we don't hear you saying that you drink decaf.
Ask your brother. Your brother knows.
He don't drink decaf?
He doesn't drink decaf, but he knew that I drank
Where'd you
decaf.
get it?
He got it for me. I drank decaf, y'all. With each one of my pregnancies, I drank decaf because I would drink, y'all don't judge, I would drink like 8 to 10 cups a day, y'all.
She was a pothead.
Pretty much. A coffee pothead. I would drink a lot of coffee, y'all. So it was bad. I had to go to decaf. I don't drink that much anymore, even though I love coffee, but I think I've that was like Folgers kind of days. Now that I'm a little bit stronger, I don't need that much, I guess. I don't know, but I don't drink that much anymore. But I had to go to decaf because I was pregnant, and then my kids are going to be like hopping around everywhere.
They do that anyway. So what's the point of drinking decaf?
I don't know. That's just what I was told. I don't know how true that is.
So decaf, like I said, if you're a decaf lover, Just go with it. That's some people need to have decaf. But you mentioned Folgers earlier. I want to take it back a little bit and talk about Folgers. Hello, everybody who works at Folgers or Folgers lovers or whatever. My hat's off to you guys. But you know, I always think about it like this, and I'm gonna blame my mom. No, I'm gonna blame my parents for this one, right? So in our household, you know, my dad would go out usually and grab a cup of coffee at the convenience store because my mom never made him any coffee. But the only coffee we did have at home, we only had 2 different kinds. And what kind do you think we had at home? Only 2.
Y'all guess.
And I'm going to tell you straight up, I'm sorry about that, but in our household, it was the one that was on sale. The cheapest one. Right? And it was going to be Maxwell House or Folgers.
Hey, but those weren't like the cheapest. Those were the good ones.
I'm saying which one was the cheapest one out of the 2.
Oh. So I thought you said there was a cheap. I was like, wait, those are good. What are you talking about?
Had it on sale. If Kroger's had Folgers on sale, that's what we were having.
Out of those 2. Okay.
Yeah. So Folgers and Maxwell House, right? But then
brown coffee.
As I got older, like, I was upset at my mom because, like, out of all the good coffees in the world, she only had those 2. But, like, I forgive her now, you know. But,
he said, I found forgiveness.
But I feel like I wasted so many years of drinking Maxwell House and Folgers. How you feel about that?
Well, I didn't know any different till recently.
So what did you have?
Folgers. Well, Folgers and Nescafe because Grandma made Nescafe. But see, Grandma made Nescafe just like all these 29 bags. I mean, my grandma hooked it up with the coffee. She made it look like an espresso with the little design and it looked like with the pinky up and everything. I drank it with my pinky up. Grandma hooked it up with coffee.
Good. I don't know what she did to it.
I don't know how. It was plain. She actually didn't even use creamer. She used milk.
Yeah. She
used milk and sugar, and you would think she had like a flavored creamer or something in there. It was so crazy.
I didn't know Grandma was a barista.
She sure was, because it was good. I don't know. I feel just fine.
So we talk about creamers, right? So we say we have, you know, and we counted them, right? 29 bags of coffee. But we also have a ton of creamers in the refrigerator.
Yes, including homemade.
Yeah, we're going to have our own refrigerator just for creamers. So I have, I don't know, maybe about 8-9 different bottles of creamer. And
probably.
When you tell me don't, she'll text me when I'm at the store and say, do not buy any more creamer.
Yes, because it's going to go bad. I'm like, we need to finish what we have.
Right, but I'm going to tell you this. If there's one that says new or limited edition, it's coming with me. I don't care what she said.
For sure. Look what he brought 2 home. When was it? Friday, I think.
Yeah.
Because for the fruit one.
Right.
So that one was, what is it? International Delight.
So one is called Berries and Cream.
There you go. The Berries and Cream. That one is so good, y'all.
Yeah,
Berries and Cream.
And the other one was...
the waffle.
Oh, yeah. The Eggo waffle.
Y'all.
Wow.
That literally tastes like waffles.
Lego my Eggo.
Yeah. Yeah, it tastes just like waffles and syrup. It is so good.
Yeah.
It's like you're drinking waffles and syrup. It's so crazy.
It is good. It's super good.
Really good.
So we'll try different creamers as well. You know, there's a lot of different creamers, good ones out there. Yeah. What we do is we'll have just a basic, like Italian sweet cream or just a sweet cream.
Just a sweet cream,
you know,
kind of.
And then we'll pick a couple of flavored ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've learned how to pair them with different coffees to our liking.
Yeah. It all depends, and a lot of times, like when we have a new coffee, we don't put any flavored creamer.
Oh, that's right.
We just put something like Italian sweet cream or just a basic. There's the Dunkin' Donuts one. What is that? It's just a plain creamer. I
think it's called extra or something.
Yeah, it's like extra. Just a plain creamer, no flavor. Just because we want to actually taste the coffee itself And then from there, then we kind of figure out what we're gonna pair with it. But we always start with the plain creamer, so we have to have that like on hand all the time. So
Yeah.
and then we'll dress it up after. Like we won't dress it up. Our first cup, we won't dress it up with our whipped cream. Or,
So what she means by dress it up is that in this cup right here, we'll make a cup of coffee and you'll look at it like we just got it out of this fancy schmancy coffee shop, but it really just came from the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've got our different creamers. We've got our different
Whipped creams.
whipped creams. You know, we got the
Heavy whipping cream.
right. And then we also have the toppers, right? We've got
Right.
the little shakers that are like Twix flavored, and then we've got cinnamon and sugar. And I just found some on the good old internet not too long ago.
Yeah.
What were they called?
It's the pack of 20 that we...
Super yummy or yummy crumbles
Yeah.
or something
Shark
like
Tank.
Yeah, as seen on Shark Tank. Yeah, I don't know what the name of.
Yeah.
is, but
Crumble toppings or something.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
And yeah, so they just came out with that. It came out on Shark Tank, and you can get like a sample of 20 or something for like
Right.
$19.99. So
We're gonna
order that because it has a whole bunch of different like cool flavors just to try and see. But yeah, so we're gonna try that. That'll be cool to try.
What do we have?
Anybody else have?
Yum crumbs.
Yum crumbs. Okay.
There you go.
My executive producer right here. She just looked it up and it's yum crumbs.
Yum
yeah.
crumbs,
Yeah.
yes.
As seen on Shark Tank.
Let's see. Do you have a favorite coffee without cream? Like just black coffee? Yes. The favorite coffee that we like is that one that we got the piloncillo from.
Café de olla?
The one from San Antonio.
Yeah, that was.
Yes.
I
It's
think
in a
called
pink.
Olla Express or the roasters.
Yes.
Yeah.
Olla Express.
I think that's what it's called.
I can look up the bag and I can send it. We don't have it anymore. We got it last year at the coffee festival. It was so good. She actually, we bought the bottle of piloncillo, and what she did is she brewed her coffee with a little bit of piloncillo, and it was so good. Like the flavor was amazing. You didn't need anything in it. It was just straight black, but the flavor was amazing.
So that's kind of cheating, right? So it's technically black because we didn't add anything, but it does have a sweetener with the. With that.
Yeah, well, that's how she.
Right, but it is good.
It is really good. Yeah. So we do when we go to the coffee festival. We actually all the coffees that we try are black. There are no we have to try it black again. We like to make sure that we taste the coffee itself to know what notes it has. You know, can you taste the floral? Can you taste the citrus? Is it bold? Is it not? So we do that first, and then we'll add our creamer.
Hey, how do we add creamer at the coffee festival?
I was gonna say, don't you take creamer in your purse?
I do
Don't
take.
say that. It might kick us out.
I do take creamer in my purse. They have creamer, but if we want a flavor to add to something, then I take my creamer.
How do you take it?
I take it in my purse.
Do they allow that in there?
It's a public park, so yeah.
That's not answering.
Tell that to the judge.
They don't say you can't take any in there. The last 2 times we went, the wind was blowing all the creamer, and I didn't want to deal with any of that. So,
Oh, you don't like windy creamer? Or?
nope, I don't. Do you prefer hot or cold coffee?
That's a good question. Right
That is a really good question. So I know a lot of people say when it's hot in the summer, I can't drink hot. I have to have a hot cup of coffee, whether it's hot or cold. I can be sweating and sitting outside with a hot cup of coffee. I have to have a hot cup of coffee in the morning.
Yeah,
I love cold,
okay.
but I have to have a hot cup of coffee.
But we will try. Like, so we have our favorite ones that, our go-to coffees that we go to. And sometimes I'll drive up and I want it hot.
Right.
And sometimes I'll ask for iced,
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I'll ask for it blended or what have you. So we'll try either ones, but the first cup of the day always going to be
Yes.
hot.
Has to be hot. how many cups of coffee do you drink a day?
Now.
She just drinks one pot.
No, I used to drink one pot, y'all. I really did. I used to drink one pot.
So
It was very, very bad. I used to drink it. I don't drink coffee past 12 unless it's a cup before, like 1 cup at night.
how did your coffee routine change from when you used to drink 8 to 10 cups to now when you only drink 1? Because from what I remember, you would drink 4 before you left the house.
Yes, I would. I think actually working in corporate America, like I didn't have time. I had to be on the phone all the time. So I didn't have time to sit there and
You
drink.
can practice that. Like, how do you have your phone? They don't even do this no more, right?
No, because I do a lot of talking.
So
Will
she
you tell the
can't
people, hey,
swallow?
hang on real quick. Can
Let
I
me
put
take
you
a
on
sip.
hold? Let me take a sip real quick.
No, I couldn't do it no more. And then also, I couldn't go to the bathroom as often as I wanted to, or as I needed to.
Coffee makes you go to bed?
I gotta pee. Yes, y'all tell me y'all have to pee
You gotta
when y'all
excuse my
go.
wife. She got to pee.
I'm being real. I told y'all this is a real video. Like I'm not faking anything. That's just the truth.
So at what point did that
So,
change?
I think at that point where I had to be in my cubicle at all times. So I had to slow down. So I still would drink, my cup or 2 before leaving and then a cup on the way, but I would never finish it there.
Do you ever just want to just drink a whole pot? Like, do you just like, wow, that pot looks so good?
Sometimes, like if I see a pot, I'm like, man, I really want another cup, and I'm like, no, Gloria, you don't need another cup of coffee.
But the craving for the whole pot is gone.
Yeah, I don't need. It's not even a thought. Like I have to. My morning routine is I have to have my cup of coffee. I don't understand the people that leave their house and then go to get their cup of coffee. I don't know what's going to happen when I leave my house. So I'm like, I have to have my cup of coffee in silence with just me. I worship, I pray,
And
Jesus. And I have to have that time. Because if I don't, then it's not a good day.
Don't talk to her before she has a cup
So
of coffee.
I have to have that. Like I make time for that every day. And then if I have more coffee later on, then I do. I still take my cup of coffee with me. Sometimes I finish it. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I throw more than half. But I've already had my cup here.
Yeah.
So now I can probably say, it's safe to say, I have at least 2 cups of coffee.
Yeah, I think that's where we're at. So I do. I'm a one and done. I do 1 in the morning. That's it.
How do we decide? Oh, sorry.
No, you good.
How do we decide which coffee spot you will try next?
So that's a good question.
That is a good question.
And I'll go ahead and answer that one. Daddy decides 100% of the time. No, actually, that's not the way it happens. But
Majority of the
what
time.
happens is I usually look it up ahead of time. And then I'll tell her, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about this one? What do you think about this one? And then judging by the faces she makes, then I know which one to go to.
That's how it works.
That's how it works.
And even to the coffee that we have here. So he decides, he'll tell me at night, hey, we're having this in the morning. So I know what, or he'll tell me, hey, we're having this, put this creamer in the morning. Or he'll get up and make my cup of coffee. Yeah. And he knows what he's put. But we also don't look for well-known shops, like coffee shops. We like to look for a lot of mom and pop shops, like coffee shops, like in houses, coffee shops, new, something different, something you don't see all the time, like not these like big name coffee shops. We will go to big name coffee shops like that Tim Hortons coffee. Or Tim Hortons?
Tim McGraw.
No, we just got a coffee, Tim Hortons or something like that. And so we have found the storefront of that coffee. And so we will be going to that storefront. We just found it yesterday. So we're like, oh, we got to come back to check out this coffee spot. But we wouldn't look up that coffee spot. Like we would find more of a local coffee spot to go to before a big name coffee stuff.
Yeah, and a lot of times, like when we go out of town, say for example, we go to my nephews. They live in. Shout out to my nephews in Colorado. We'll go to Colorado. So I already in my head know where I'm looking to find a coffee spot. And if I can find my hotel room next to a bunch of coffee spots, that's where it's gonna be.
Yeah. And we've tried, and that's typically, and a lot of times we'll end up choosing like our best or our favorite in the area that we're at, and we go back before we leave. We're like, okay, we gotta go back to this one before we leave. So we choose like our favorite, and we will choose one every single day.
Yeah.
So,
So what if we get famous by doing this stuff, and then we get to go to a bunch of coffee shops around the world?
well, then we're gonna have a great time. We're gonna have a great time. I'll be ready. We will be ready. So yeah. So I don't know. I think that's all we got. What other questions? Y'all have any other questions? Can y'all see any questions? I don't.
Yeah. So she said, is there a memorial coffee experience or moment that stands out most to you?
That's a good question. And I always leave all the hard questions to my wife, so kick it off.
You know, I would say Prodigy in Colorado. Prodigy had held a very special place in my heart. When I got the story, we were kind of in a rush that day because we were actually on our way to church. So I was reading on the way up there. We stopped, we got our coffee, we left, and we didn't get a chance to go back, but it held a special place because of where I work. And I work at a school, and so because of the kids and the students in the surrounding area that currently experience, struggles, sometimes they don't have, homes or maybe people that lead them in the right direction. And Prodigy takes in many youth, and they develop them. They show them, how to reach their goals. They show them the right path to take, and they focus on the students or on the kids or on the youth that really need that support, that don't have it anywhere else. And so it really held a special place in my heart because there's a lot of kids out there that struggle. So I think that
that one was probably one of the top ones. And just seeing the kids out there working, these people giving them the tools that they need to to be a part of society and be successful in society. I think that's a good thing for the kids. But the whole atmosphere of Prodigy was, it looked like an old automotive shop.
Yeah, it was a garage.
Yeah, they had garage. It looked like that's what it looked like. It was an old automotive
it was
shop.
Garage doors. It was nothing special.
Yeah.
It just looked like two garage doors, and then it was like an empty space. I mean, it was nice in there. It was nice in there. But it was nothing spectacular. But the story behind Prodigy was amazing. So I definitely recommend, if you are out in the area, go by there, support them. Their coffee is great. Yeah. The kids were really good. They were very attentive. They were interactive. They talked.
Did we go twice, or we tried to go twice?
We tried, but we didn't get a chance to go the second time. But we did. We went once, and I will go back. And I will make sure that I have time to sit there and watch and just kind of, hang out there for a little bit, because it definitely is an amazing story behind that. So that definitely was good.
Any more questions we got?
Any more questions?
Bree, what do we have?
So you have one. Are y'all up for Texas coffee tour?
Yes.
Wow, Texas coffee tour. Are you inviting me to this tour? Because I'm going to tell you what, the old part of me doesn't like to drive. But I will go. I definitely will go. Texas coffee tour sounds good.
Yeah, I would definitely do that.
Yeah.
That would be really cool.
So someone asked the question, but I don't know. mix it up a little bit. So, what names of the coffees like really stood out to you? Like, you know, there's some crazy names like Jazz in the Morning or something, or Hit Your Head or something. You know.
So I think a lot of these local roasters that they get pretty creative with some of the names, but I won't tell you any of the names because I can't pronounce the right way, and I definitely can't pronounce it the wrong way. So I'll tell you the latest one that we got, you know, that was kind of the fruity flavor. I, for a long time, thought it was Jaramillo. I said, oh, this is cool. This is Jaramillo. But upon reading the bag, it's not Jaramillo. It's Jamillo, right? Jamillo.
I think, yeah.
So I know Jaramillo as being somebody's last name, you know. Jamillo, I have not a clue what it is. You know, just like espresso. I just got corrected. It's not espresso. It's espresso. Espresso. I guess through this learning, even with I was saying blog not too long ago.
Oh yeah.
And my 11-year-old corrected me and said, "Dad, it's not a blog." I said, "So what is it?" It's like, "It's a blog."
Excuse me.
And I'm like, "Oh, I got a lot to learn." And I'm like, "So what's the difference between blog and blog?" Like, what is it? I don't get it. But I guess there is a difference, right?
Yeah.
The difference that he said is like a vlog is something, you know, live on video like what we're doing here. And blog is something that's more, I guess, written. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
We
he
still
told me
don't get
something
it
like
too
that.
much.
I don't understand it, but
We'll get there, I guess.
I'll make sure that I say vlog. But yeah, good questions.
So, are there any specific coffee beans or origins that you particularly enjoy? Have you explored different regions or flavors yet?
So we do. I mean, like, so, you know, I always like to read up on where a lot of the roasters get their beans from. I don't have a preference. You know, like there's a lot of, there's like Peru and Honduras and Brazil. I really don't have a preference of what region they come from. But I did learn something not too long ago that I didn't know, and I actually learned it from a coffee owner who actually told me that she doesn't provide too many dark roasts. And I asked her, hey, why not? You know, I'm a more bold coffee guy. And she says that wherever she gets her coffee from, that a lot of the lighter roasts end up having a real pretty intense flavor.
Right.
That you don't need to roast. It doesn't have to be a dark roast.
Right.
And she says what she's found through her experience is that bold coffees, they roast the beans too long, and they almost to where they scorch them, and it kills the flavor of the coffee. So I was like, hey, so that prompted me to try more of the lighter roasts. And they're good. They're good. It's just that I can't go too light because I do like that.
Yeah, the coffee flavor. Yeah, so we've tried some light, and it's just like water. Like it's like okay.
It's like decaf.
Yeah.
Does that actually like change the color? If it's lighter, does it make it look like?
Yes.
Lighter?
Yeah, it does.
You can see when you're pouring it into the cup. I mean, you see it right. It's just like darkened water, and then the darker it is, of course, it's stronger. And even so, like I was telling Dad the other day, when you made, I forget what brand it was.
Just to let you know, I'm Dad. But to you guys,
oh, sorry.
I'm David.
So I was telling him the other day, I said, you know, I haven't had, you know, when you wake up to a smell of coffee. So we have our coffee programmed every morning. But there was one brand. I said, what coffee did you put on? Because I haven't had that smell of like, man, it smells so good like coffee till he put it on. And then he made it again like a couple days later. And he's like, you know, you were telling me about the smell. And now, yeah, like you can smell that smell. What brand was that?
So just go back a little bit. What coffee did you put on is a loaded question. So when she asked that, I have to look at her facial expression because it could be like really, really good. Or it's like, what coffee are you trying to give me that's going to, like, this is gross. But this one was good.
No, it was good. But which one was it?
It was Cafe Olé Commemorative Edition Chiapas.
Chiapas, y'all. That one is really, I love Chiapas. Not because of the smell, but Chiapas is really good. Really, really good.
Yeah, so anybody out there, the founder of HEB who wants to talk to me about supplying me with a lifetime supply of coffee, I love you forever.
No, coffee, I mean, the HEB coffee, y'all, is really good. The San Antonio blend is another one of our favorites. It's really, really good. The HEB brand. They have a huge variety, a good seasonal variety. Mm-hmm. And the flavors are really good.
And they have decaf on a lot of the...
they do have decaf. Because remember, we got some...
By accident.
We're like, wait, what is this? Why is it different?
I almost didn't want to touch it. I was like, what is this?
Yeah, we did. We were like...
And it's hard, just to give you a little information, on the Cafe au lait, it's hard to distinguish which one is decaf because it has a thin green line that says decaf on it.
So is that how they get you?
That's how they get you.
Yeah, it's easily missed. Like, very easy. You got to be careful with how you choose it.
All right, a couple of more questions and then we'll cut it out for the night.
Okay.
All right, it says, are you a fan of specific brewing methods such as French press, espresso, pour over, latte, or cappuccino?
So I'll take that question. So I'll like I said, I don't have any fancy equipment to make fancy coffee. I do tend to order lattes a lot. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's my favorite one is a latte. But here at home, it's just regular drip coffee. And I make sure that when I buy a bag of beans, if they can grind them for me, it just saves me a lot of time. I'll tell them, hey, this is regular drip coffee. That way they can change the coarseness of the beans, right?
Yes.
And then here at home, we have a small grinder that I broke the first time that we used it. So it just makes it a little bit hard for me to grind the beans, but I get it done. And when I grind them here at home, just like what the lady told me about scorching the beans, you can burn your beans grinding them.
Yeah.
So what I do is I'll start my machine, I'll let it grind a little bit, and I'll try not to warm my beans up. I try to keep them cool.
Yeah.
And it does make a ton of difference.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
think that's it. Yeah. So we're gonna wrap it up for the night. We're gonna try to do this on different platforms. They're not all gonna be this long. I promise you. We're gonna try to make short videos, maybe 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, but they're gonna be short. We will make longer videos so we can sit down and have coffee with you guys, but most of them are going to be short. What the platform is, I do not know. But yeah, there's going to be a lot more.
Just please, like, share, follow, whatever, you know, the whole thing. Just keep us going. I mean, it's something, like I said, we want to just continue to try. We don't know where we're going with this, but wherever it takes us is where we're going. Right. So y'all just stay posted for the next video. We'll be trying the Starbucks olive oil coffee this week. So
hey, but wait. Just before we cut it out. Nobody's playing a joke on us, right? It does exist. Because what I don't want to do is get to Starbucks and stand in the line and I'm standing in the line, right? And hi, what would you like to have today? And what can I do for you? I'd like a venti olive oil coffee.
Sir,
sir,
can you stand to the side? Let me get the next person.
Yeah, can y'all call security on me? So olive oil coffee does exist.
That's what it's called.
It does.
Oh, okay.
The fancy name of it.
Aliato. Aliato, Starbucks Aliato. Is that how you say that?
I'm not sure. I'm not Italian.
Aliato. That's
but yeah, so I will definitely try it.
Yeah, and y'all, if y'all wanna like I said, whenever maybe the next time we get on, y'all have another one y'all look up, y'all want us to try, let us know.
Yeah, so the next video we'll let you know how that coffee was, and you know we'll give you all our take.
Yeah, we'll take a video and then we'll post it.
Yeah. So that's gonna be it. Good night to everybody. Just remember, trust Coffee Klatch. Why trust? The richest, uniquely satisfying taste. That's right.
Yeah.
And Klatch. What does Klatch mean? You guys are Klatchers now. We be Klatching.
We be clutching. Hey, that's a shirt.
That's a shirt. We be clutching.
We be clutching.
Hey, Rob, if you're watching this video, we be clutching.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a good one. Thanks for joining us tonight, and we look forward to another video soon. And remember, Jesus loves you.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
Have a good night.